I just filled up his bowl, so you'd think he would be happy. Anyway, right? Okay. I'm going to do a quick read today. Using this deck. It's not exactly a traditional tarot deck, just FYI, if you're looking for regular tarot today. But the last couple reads I posted, I did use tarot decks in them, so if that's what you're looking for specifically, you can refer back to those previous videos on the live, okay? Earth Mother, yeah, get back to your roots, get grounded, knowing what's important and what is really not worth your time. So, anyway. Ooh. Winter, take care of your needs, okay? Especially cold and flu season. I was at the dentist today. I had a cleaning for my actually I just ate something, so probably not good to so I was waiting until my dentist appointment was over, and so I didn't have to be, you know, burping up my lunch in her face while she was down there cleaning my teeth very nicely, you know. But I did notice you know, some folks at the office today were wearing masks. So it's like, yeah, it's cold and flu season, and when you're gonna be close to close, right, in somebody's space, so like, you know, if you see me out or if you see somebody out and they're not like super getting close to you, maybe it's because, you know, there's things going around. So anyway. And I've had that happen before where I was like, and somebody was like, oh no, I insist, and it's like, but no, you know what I mean? Like they didn't really kind of respect that. So don't be afraid to assert yourself, because I feel like a lot of people kind of forgot the social distancing rules and things like that, where I'm not saying that it's impossible to do them, but you know, if somebody's close enough that they can read your PIN number at the grocery store, like it's time to take a step back, right? And you're within your rights to kind of say, hey, can you give me some space? Anyway, Water Guardian, connect with your emotions. You know, they say it's better to do the tap when you're paying, but you know what? A good thing about doing that is because then you have your card out and then you can hold your card over the keypad so nobody can see you typing in your number, right? Because if it's just slid in there, then you have to hold your hand over it, right? Or somebody, you know, still somebody could be like right up on you. Anyway. So again, guardian here, water. You know, some people might want to take advantage of your kindness and think, oh, well, they can help me out, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, I might be sympathetic, but that doesn't mean I'm stupid, right? As I've said before, there's a difference between can and should, right? There's a difference between scared and stupid, right? I just saw some video on YouTube. They dared the kid to jump out of this speedboat on the water going 60 miles an hour. He survived, but like, you know, that can hurt just as bad as road rash. So just because somebody's daring you to do something doesn't mean you have to prove them. Okay? Because science out there has already proven what might happen, right? So we don't really need to be using our bodies as the experiment, okay? So part of taking care of yourself is understanding your own limits, right? And asserting them, and not having somebody be like, oh, well, you're just not fun, or you're just being a crybaby. No, I'm just asserting myself. And if you're trying to get past the gates on that, I'm sorry, that's So again, this says connect with your emotions. Okay. Yeah, I'll be with you guys shortly. Okay. Can you take it down a notch right now? What type of dog, somebody asks. And why are you in the chat, sir? You are definitely going to get banned. You're out of here. You're so out of here. My dogs are loud ones. Protection, guardian, drop your shields. Okay. So this is saying that you might already have a guardian around you. That could be your guardian angels, your ancestors, things of that nature, right? God surrounding you. Okay. So you don't always have to have your shield up, you know what I mean? All the time. Okay. So again, this might be something where somebody thought they could take advantage of you. Like, oh, well, they don't have that now to prove they're so-and-so. So, it's like, not it. No. No, I don't think they got the assignment right on that one. They're going to have to go back and start reading some, right? Sometimes we get too busy to sit and read and enjoy and do things like that. Making time, again, kind of winterizing yourself, right? It's like, okay, like we're supposed to get some rain and then like some snow through the week, it's like, okay, well, what are you going to be doing for the next few days? Get yourself prepared now. You know what I mean? Like, things to look ahead to, right? Because the sun will eventually come back out, right? I don't know exactly what day. Somebody's asking if they're going to win the lottery. I don't know. Maybe you will. Did you buy a ticket? Warrior. Be fearless and stand strong. This warrior. And they have their face painted. This is reminding me of, I think it's of the New Zealanders. Isn't there a tribe that does that very similarly? Okay. So for some of you, wintertime could be, looking at traditions, looking at things you want to keep versus things that, can go, right? Okay. Direction, guardian, choosing your path. Okay. So, that's one of those things, the start of the new year, people are like, well, I don't know what my New Year's resolution should be. Maybe say some prayers, say some affirmations before you go to bed, and say, when I wake up tomorrow, I want to understand better what my purpose is going to be. You know what I mean? Universe, can you help me out on that? And that's what this is saying. Okay, so you're going to have help choosing. Sometimes you just have to make a choice, right? And you go for it, and you see how it goes. Okay, but again, if something starts to encroach on your boundaries, right, don't be afraid to speak up. Like, whatever. Okay. Let's get one more, please. This might be a pretty short reading today, I guess. How about that? Yeah, they can be cute, can't they? Right? All right, Peacekeeper. A harmonious resolution is possible. Okay. So if you're somebody who has found yourself being the peacemaker in your family, I think this is a sign for you to relax a little bit, and again, dropping your shield, not having to be on guard so much, and realizing that some of these folks are adults, right? And that they do actually have the tools to work these things out on their own. So you don't have to be there to intervene. You don't have to be there to intercede like the saints do, okay? But if you find yourself in those kinds of, times of trouble, right? You might be saying a little prayer, and that's when it's like that, Jesus, take the wheel. You go and do what you've been doing, what you need to do, right? And God and everybody else is going to handle all the rest. Okay? I mean, you think this little girl's going to be hand moving this bison? You know what I mean? It's like sometimes we just let things go and go where they're supposed to go. That karma that people are always talking about. Karma's a bitch. Karma's a bitch. Yeah. Some of them people that say that all the time, they get smacked with it the hardest, right in the face. Instant karma is a real thing. Okay. Have you ever, made a snap judgment and then realized very quickly that judgment was inaccurate? She-wolf, unleash the wild within. Okay. So this is also encouraging you. I almost got out the Animal Oracle deck too today, so maybe I'll do that in a separate reading in the next reading. I did want to mention, though, because I have my little daily calendar here, I was going to try and share these as we go through the year. This was from yesterday on the 7th, and I thought it was kind of nice. And, we happened to draw the winter card. Okay, but this says here, this is from an English poet from way back born in 1887 and who passed in 1964. Okay, it says, winter is the time for comfort, for good food and warmth, for the touch of a friendly hand, and for a talk beside the fire. It is time for the home. Okay. And then they also note that the Orthodox Christmas celebration, I mean, there was just King's Day yesterday. And then we have today. One for money. Two for the show. 3 to get ready now. Go, cat, go. Don't you step on my blue suede shoes. You can do anything. Lay off of my blue suede shoes. Elvis Presley's birthday today, ladies and gentlemen. How about that? All right. Elvis Presley won 3 Grammy Awards during his career, all for gospel music. They did say that gospel was close to Elvis's heart. So maybe, listen to a little bit of Elvis today. Or if you're, not somebody who's into secular music, you can listen to some of his gospel songs. Okay. Which is kind of why I like holiday songs, because especially people who don't really listen to secular music anymore or never did, they can still hear popular artists of today. Most everybody has a Christmas album out or song. I have one cover released on my Spotify. I have some others that haven't been released through that methodry yet, but we're working on it, Again, wintering, hunkering down, jotting down the notes, writing out the plan. This is January. You got a year where you want to be next January. Trust me, you probably don't want to be watching this same video, right? You're going to be like, her again? And I already see this. Exactly. Right? So buck up, buttercup. Ahora es here. Ahora es aquí. Está aquí. Ni ahí. Anyway. Hopefully everyone enjoys the rest of their day. Okay, again, we had Winter, the Water Guardian, the Protection Guardian, the Warrior, Direction Guardian, and peacekeeper. So 3 different guardians. One for water around your emotions, one for protection regarding your shields, okay, and one for direction regarding your path. Is 3 things enough to think about? I think so. I think so. Right? And, guess what? Maybe you didn't have time to think about things over the holidays. Maybe you were making them dinner and you were taking the kids to this and blah, blah, blah. You're like, what do you mean? I haven't. Now is the time. Sit down and start making yourself a plan that doesn't include what so and so is doing or so and so is doing. Only what includes what you're doing. Think about that. You could even give yourself till the end of January to figure that out, right? And fulfill your strategy subplots. Okay. So you have those stepping stones. So you have those benchmarks. So those goalposts are there when you're going to make your first and 10. Okay. You're going to know, hey, yay, all right. Instead of just looking down the field and saying, oh, we're not there yet. See how that works? Sports analogies come in handy sometimes. Anywho, I'm so glad I rolled my garbage bins in finally because it looks like the wind is picking up out there. So everybody do please stay safe and enjoy the rest of your day. Please do like the video, especially if you've been in the chat today. Remember, you do not have to be a subscriber in order to like the video. But you can become a subscriber today for free, just like this video is free. I will never charge you to watch this. You're only charged using your time, and if you happen to run across a YouTube ad, if you're not subscribed to premium like I am. That's why I watch YouTube all the time, because I have a membership like some people have Netflix or Amazon or whatever. But I happen to like it also for the free movies, the classic movies that are out there. And then, of course, there's all sorts of videos. Maybe you don't have time to sit with a coach, blah, blah, blah. Go out there, start Googling, women's health coaches, men's fitness coaches, things of that nature. Find somebody that you kind of can relate to, and then watch a few videos, see what you might get out of it, see how that might get into your plan for 2026, right? You have until the end of January to really solidify that, okay? Because trust me, there's people that have already fallen off the wagon of January 1, okay? So making a new habit, making a new routine, that takes time. Sometimes it takes a lifetime, right? So that's why a lot of people say it's a lifestyle, it's a mindset, okay? Yeah, maybe you could win the lottery and then just go get a bunch of plastic surgery and it's done. I mean, sure. And I'm sure there's people that do that. The rest of us might, choose some other things. Anyway. So, until next time, please do manifest wisely. Bye-bye.